Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ray of Hope, the talk show and podcast with your hosts, Rhea and Leslie.
Hello.
So happy to be here with you today.
Yes.
So this episode is brought to you by Sean Paul Williams at Jeff Weiler. He is on Facebook at Sean Paul Williams. He is also on Instagram at MrHotWheels.com. And this episode is dedicated to my wonderful mother, Miss Edwina White. So today we have the honor of having in the studio the community activist and 2021 Ray of Hope Humanitarian Award winner, Mr. Stu Hampton.
Yay.
Welcome, Mr. Stu.
Thank you.
So happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So before we let Stu tell you a little bit about himself, I'm going to give him his flowers. You know, they always say we should give people their flowers when they're here, so let me just run down this man's track record. We're going to give you your flowers. Let me brag on you today. So who is Mr. Stu Hampton? He is responsible for creating the Saving Our Sons events, which is a nice forum for young men and women to get together to help the young boys in our community. He has the founder of Center of Encouragement, which is a mentoring program, the Linden Community Engagement Resource Team, Stu for Change as an independent candidate for City Council. And he was just recently on the news for Latitude 525, the Sawyer Towers, helping the residents after the pipes burst and there was asbestos in the building and all of the residents had to move out. So Stu is busy in the community. Busy. So Stu is one of those type of people. He likes to put his words into action. He's walking the neighborhoods, engaging in the community, creating forums for necessary change. He is bringing like-minded leaders together to promote human welfare and wellness. And he just encompasses all of the qualities of a leader. Welcome, Stu.
Thank you.
So, who is Stu?
Y'all go back and rewind everything she just said.
We can do that. So how do you see yourself? Why is it that you do what you do?
When you grow up and you become, it sounds like a transcript when you say this over and over again, but when you find yourself as part of them numbers that you out there and you encourage, you know, when you grew up, you was part of them, you was part of that community that needed help. You know, that always needed to rely on somebody, some resource, some type of help, you know, to get you along in life. And I never wanted to lose track of where I came from and how I came from. You know, I wanted to bring that back to the people in the community that needed that same type of help that I went through. And having an understanding that just because I walked in them shoes doesn't mean that I'm going to stop or that I stopped walking in them shoes. They may be put to the side, but I still know what it feels like to walk in them. So that's my mission in life, is to actually help them people that's walking uncomfortable in them shoes.
That's good, Stu. That's good. I actually had the pleasure and honor of meeting Mr. Stu. Ray and I were just kind of starting to get the foundation together, and she invited him over. And I kind of instantly knew, just listening to you talk, that you were a force to be reckoned with. And I was just honored to be in your presence and in your space, just in us sitting down and brainstorming and how we were going to get our foundation together, as well as be able to support you and yours. So what would you say your mission and your passion, like where does, I know you just said, you know, growing up you wanted to make sure that you never got disconnected from where you came from, but what pushes you? Like what is that drive? What is that sense of what is that sense of that gives you that motivation every day to get up and say, you know what, let me see where I can make an impact? Because there's a lot of people out there that have the influence and they don't always, you know, put themselves in vulnerable positions. Some people like to play it safe.
Right.
So what is it that makes you say, you know what, if it's just me going by myself, I'm all right with that and I'm gonna make it happen?
Leslie, you know, about over 10 years ago, I was in that space. I woke up, you know, in the mornings looking at the news, seeing like the different headlines and stuff where from the neighborhoods and from where I grew up at. So it was me at one time going out and trying to like make a difference. But then I had friends that I grew up with in that, you know, in the same neighborhoods, in the same community. It's like, Stu, you know, let me help you. You know, I'm an ex this, I'm an ex that. Let me encourage people that's, you know, that's such trying to be this, or, you know, call themselves trying to be that. So when I wake up in the mornings, Leslie, you know, a lot of people wake up for an alarm clock to go to work. I wake up for an alarm clock to go and tend to the needs of those that need help. And just asking God to give me the strength, give me the resources, give me what's necessary to help complete that task that He gives me during the day or during whatever it is that, you know, my obligation or responsibility or assignment may be.
Wow, that's deep.
That's good. That's good.
That's great. So I met Stu back in elementary school in the 80s. Yes, we're getting up there.
You're telling our age.
Tell me your age. But, you know, why is community activism so important to you? You know, we both grew up in South London, North London neighborhoods. We went to Gladstone, lived off of Cleveland Avenue. So we've seen our shares of murder, robbery, police brutality. We've seen kids that were lost, that needed mentors. Why is going back to that community activism so important?
You pretty much hit it in the head by saying activism. When you're saying activism, you have to break that down and saying what is active. And when you're in a community and you see that there's nothing being active, no actions, no programs, no things that was given to us when we grew up, the mentors that's died away. You know, you have mentors, but you don't have them ones that enforces the morality of life, that enforces the mentality of what they're going through. You have those that want to come get in where they fit in. That's cool for numbers, but when it comes in for the numbness of trying to help or heal somebody, then that's when you have to say, what is your purpose and what is your passion and what you're doing?
What, and just kind of piggybacking, you know, off of Rhea, what, you know, the activism part of it. So I've said it before, I'm not from here. So, you know, I'm inspired, like I said, just being around you because, you know, coming from New Orleans, we got the same, you know, if not worse, stuff going on. Like I can't even get on Instagram sometimes, or just the news, or, you know, Facebook, because it's always, you know, one murder. I think I showed it to Rhea. I think I went on this one guy, his Instagram, and it's not funny. Lord in heaven knows I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but it was like every 2 hours he is posting, you know, stay away from Claiborne or whatever, St. Bernard, because, you know, there's a murder, or 5 people, and then 2 hours later, 5 people got shot, 2 died, and then, you know, 30 minutes later, you know, kids stole cars and wrecked into, you know, it's always something. So I'm inspired and moved by what you do. And if I wanted to take some of that stuff back to like New Orleans, and, you know, try to put my footprint in being available and almost like an activist, kind of like you are, what advice would you give me to be able to take resources back to New Orleans to kind of start opening up some things how you've done in the Linden area?
It pretty much starts off, Leslie, with networking. I mean, when you're going out, I mean, we all know that closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to learn how to communicate and find out what people offer. You know, a lot of times we allow our egos and our prides to get in our ways and to participate with others. You know, we think we have enough on our plate to cover whatever we need to take care of, when in reality, things that we may come up against may be in a diversified situation to where your characteristics may not match everything that you're coming against. And it may take that other person, or it may take that person that you're collaborating with to know how to adapt to a situation that you're not. And I'm gonna say, for instance, I'm a male, you're a female.
Yeah.
Female come up to me about some type of female situations. I don't wear panties and bras, so I wouldn't be able to answer her questions in the way that, in a sufficient way that she would want me to. To say it like that, to go to a place to where you came from, you felt the hurt. You know the hurt and the pain. You know what people are going through. So actually, all you taking is prayer, your purpose, and your passion. And you're asking God to push that along with others, that it may connect, because the last I checked, unless they ripped it out the Bible, and those that can't are religious, said where 2 or 3 are gathered.
Right.
And according and agreeing on my name, there I'll be in the midst. So if you grab 1 or 2, 3, and y'all grab together, that's what I did. And if you see my team, we come together and we walk and we do everything by faith. You know, when we came to these families, and I got that text about the meals and stuff, my L-cert, we broke. We don't work off of grants. You know, we work off of 9 to 5s, third shifts, taking care of our moms or whatever it may be. But when we have a priority of people that's in our community, we how can you say we don't want to push it to the side? But when you see somebody's hurting and they're in a deeper situation than what you are, then that's when you allow yourself to say, okay, let me take a break from this. Not really taking a break, but let me see what I can do to help benefit them, to get them out of their situation that they're in. I'm gonna be all right, but let me make sure they are.
Wow, that's powerful. And one thing that I noticed about you that was so inspirational, as Leslie said, was that with this whole Latitude 525 situation, you were also instrumental in bringing those kidnapped twins back home. You know, we saw you guys with the feet hitting the pavement, making videos, reaching out to council members, police officers. You were doing things that other community leaders were not doing. And so my thing is, and I tell people this all the time, it doesn't matter what your background is, what initials you have behind your name, what education you have. When you have a passion and purpose and Yah places his hands on you, you can move mountains. And I commend you for doing that in the community. So let's just talk a little bit more about, you know, what motivated you to take the lead and take charge for the Latitude 525 and for helping finding the missing twins.
So when the twins came up missing, I got a couple of phone calls like I normally do, and asking me, you know, what is it that, you know, they wanted, you know, we can do to help the family out. So somebody said prayer vigil. So when we did a prayer vigil, we went down. My intentions wasn't to meet the family. My intentions was just to go down and be a part of a prayer vigil. But when I seen the need and I seen the grandmother asking for help, and you know, she was saying she was from Cleveland, but she was here, you know, walking on faith. That draws me instantly. You saying you walking on faith? Well, we all walking on faith. Let me add some water or seeds to you, and let's do this together. And that's what we did. You know, we came together, and people, as y'all seen, people came together, waking up. Some waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to work, on their way to work, but still going and doing random checks in areas that they will hear me reporting from. But, you know, when you're doing things of that type of nature, you don't go under the influence of self. You never go under the influence of self, because if you allow it to be yourself, down through the thick of the thin, you're going to get lost with self. But if you allow your spirit to connect to Yah's spirit, when you get lost, Yah's still there to carry you through and finish. So when you are dealing with different aspects and different assignments that you think that you're not going to be able to make in life, you have to actually then go back in there, evaluate yourself, and ask you, who is the person that you're asking for your strength? Is it you, or is it God?
You better come with the word today.
All right, Stu. Me and Stu play around. We play around a lot. Like, so this is like, it's to hear him speak, and just listen to his passion is so, like, I'm full, because, you know, like I said, I'm the baby to the group. And so Rhea was kind enough to extend, you know, a handout for me to come and help her. So because of that, I've been able to connect with a lot of people that I probably would have never met in my life. You know, unless y'all came to the rest of my team, but that's another story. But just hearing you and seeing you, and I will tell you, because I'm not gonna lie, I try to disconnect a lot of times from the news because it just gets so depressing. And I just find myself just really sad. And I've been sad a long time, so I'm trying to come out of that. So I don't really pay attention to a lot of stuff like that's on the news and social media. But I did see or hear about those babies. It was a couple of days later. I heard people talking about. I was like, "What babies?" You know. And so I went on Facebook and I happened to see somebody reposted a video you did. And when I saw the video of you talking and being involved, I was like, "Yeah, they coming back. Still gonna make sure if he don't sleep for 72 plus hours, if his mission and he is involved in something to bring somebody back or to help out in any way he can, it's gonna happen." So when I saw you talking and I think it was a live video and you were talking, I immediately said to myself, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. He gonna find him.
Right.
He gonna find him. Cause you have a community that supports you and will stop doing what they're doing to come at your side. You know, that speaks to your character and who you are, that people will literally stop doing what they're doing. Probably, you know, who knows, call off work because y'all were gone. Like, I think y'all left and went to like Indiana or something, right? Yeah, so I mean, you know, people may have had to have call off. And so that speaks to your character and who you are, man. And like I said, I'm honored to know you and be in your presence because, you know, you do so much. And I'm glad Rhea started off by saying, let's give you your flowers because it's well deserved.
Very well.
That's enough because, you know, I'll be talking. And I don't want him to get his head big.
He doesn't mind. So Stu, I mean, you've already done so much and we are so honored to collaborate with you, but what can we expect from you in the future? What's next? Are you running for city council again? I mean, do we need to start a new campaign?
No.
He said, no.
No, let's throw city council out the door. You know, I only did city council. Let me see. It was an experiment.
Okay.
But it was, how can I say, it was me being exhausted from not seeing city leaders step up and do what they're supposed to do.
Or follow through. And
I'm sure that if things wouldn't have happened during the course, that we just won't talk about it. But yeah, it's city council's not Stu's move. Being a community activist, community leader, that's where you're best off. If I sit in one of them seats in city council, I'm liable to say a cuss word or something.
Gotta be on your best behavior.
Yeah,
so
the stipulations that I can't say and do that I'm allowed to say and do in the community. But as far as like future, we don't stop. We growing. As you see, my team is growing. We are still finishing up with the residents over at Latitude, making sure that we feed them and take care of them the best that we can, and trying to get them placed into their new apartments and things of that nature.
Awesome.
And April the 1st, we have an Easter egg hunt, a golden egg hunt. I try to like use different terms because people, you know, we growing up, happy Easter and all that stuff. So I try to use like different terms to where it's like more family engaged and community engaged, and sound more fun and attractive. You hear something about an Easter egg hunt, you be looking for Peter Cottontail. So if I go ahead and theme it for y'all like a golden egg hunt, now I got parents coming out looking for that golden egg. So now you just change the theme up a little bit and just make it more funner. So April the 1st, we got the little community golden egg hunt, family festival, whatever you want to call it.
Where is it?
It's going to be at Marie Moreland Park, which is in American Edition. I'm off of Joyce.
Okay.
Back there in the back, anybody that goes to Flames, you know exactly where it's at. Is to the right of Flames, back in the back of American Edition, all of your choice. We're doing that and collaborating with some beautiful women here to my left
Yes.
on a Scrubs and Sneaker Ball here, and supposed to be doing that, and I believe that's on May the 6th. May the 6th
At St. Stephen's
at
Community
St.
Center.
Stephen's. Already, I'm not a doctor, but I had to go and find some type of scrubbish, some type of scrubbish
Yes.
outfit.
Get your scrubs and sneakers
Yeah,
ready.
for that, and then got other guys, other team members, that we doing summer events and stuff with that we still have to put it on our calendar. Saving Our Sons is coming back on
Yes.
Father's Day, June, where we're gonna have some fathers coming out. Reyes, she's my doctor, my right hand lady that comes and make sure that we get the good health aspects and things from that. But Leslie, we gonna keep pushing. I mean, we just gonna keep doing what it takes to make things happen.
Yeah. What time is your event? Your Golden Egg Easter? No, not Golden Egg Easter. Your Golden Egg event.
It's April the 1st, 11 to 2.
11
Yeah,
to
11 to 2, from 11 to 2.
And say the park again.
Marie Moreland Park. Marie
Off of
Moreland
Joyce.
Park, off of Joyce. American Edition.
And we'll make sure to put that on our website too, or our Instagram and social media, so you guys can follow it.
Yes. And then let me give you a little bit of information about the sneaker ball, since you brought it up.
Mm.
So Reyes Raise a Light, in conjunction with Linden Community Engagement Resource Center, team, or Stu, we are hosting our first annual Scrubs and Sneakers Ball. So it's for all people in the medical community. Put on your scrubs, tennis shoes, come out to St. Stephen's from 5 to 9 p.m. and have some fun. The first 50 tickets are only being sold for $20 on Eventbrite, so go ahead and grab those while you can.
Yeah, and that's a good way to give back to us as nurses and professional, just professional people.
Mhm.
It's not as, nursing and just the medical profession itself has changed.
Yes.
And so it has gotten a little bit, it's become a little bit more overwhelming for people, especially after COVID.
Absolutely.
I had some friends I graduated with, and they got caught up in the 2020 to 2022 with the COVID, and they're like, I'm calling to check on them, like, hey, how you doing? They're like, good, I'm back in school. I'm like, oh, okay, you getting your bachelor's? They're like, nope, I'm getting a business degree. Like, you're not doing nursing anymore? They've just been burned out. So when Rhea came up with the idea, I was like, that's dope. That's a good way to give back. And for all of us to really be around each other just as a community.
Supporting each other, loving each other.
Because it's been rough for the medical field, so
All right.
kudos to you, sis.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. And you too, Mr. Stu. So, Stu, how can we contact you on social media for those who want to get involved and help out or just connect with you?
You asked me that question before, and I really did have to think about it.
Stu.
No, hold
that's
on.
STU Hampton,
so-
HAMPTON.
Yeah, so you can follow me personally on my personal Facebook profile. Facebook profile, Stu Hampton. Linden Community Engagement Resource Team has a page as well that we're going to start posting on. If you need to get in touch with me, that's 614, none of your business. But if you need to contact me through email or however you need to get in contact me with, then my email address is shamptonslac@gmail.com. We work some things out. Please get in touch with me. It's getting warm. Me and my team would love to collaborate, do some fun things with the community, and just help create a safe and better, peaceful environment.
Thank you so much. Well, we appreciate you coming on today. You are doing wonderful things. We will continue to support you and give you your flowers. But we always like to end this show with some words of encouragement.
One thing real quick before you do that. If people want to join your team, is there any type of thing or requirement that they have to do? They just get in touch with you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they would just contact you.
Yeah, just contact.
Okay. All right. So let's wrap this up. So my verse of today is Proverbs 3:27. And this ties into what Stu is doing in our community. So Proverbs 3:27 says, "Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it is in your power to act." Because Yah loves people and he created the community to help and to support one another. So we love you guys so much for what you do, and thank you for following Yah and walking in your purpose and in your passion. And now we will let Leslie get us the last words of encouragement and our contact information.
This has been a very just thank you, Stu. Thank you for being here. Thank you for I thank God for your life. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, Ray and I are always gonna be there to support you. If there's anything you ever need from us. I just want to say community, the definition of community is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing a common interest and goals. And you definitely have, you know, brought things to another level with your activism. If there is anything I can ever do, you know where to reach me. But just keep doing what you're doing, and we're all grateful for everything you do for our community. If you want to connect with us, Ray is Ray of Light, please follow us at Ray is Ray of Light _FDTN on Instagram. We are also on Facebook, Ray is Ray of Light Foundation. You can email us at contact@rayisrayoflight.info and visit our website at www.rayisrayoflight.info.
Thank you so much for that. And again, thank you so much, Stu. We hope that you will come back and join us soon. I know that you're going to be doing some wonderful things. Look forward to 2023.
Yes.
Awesome.
And congratulations again on winning the Ray of Hope Humanitarian Award in 2021 and setting the standards.
Thank you.
Have a
Appreciate
great day,
you.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.